Voicing for oil spill threatens Gulf of Mexico, May 3rd, 2010. Hello. In today's news, you've probably heard about the Gulf of Mexico. You know, it's right next to Florida, Alabama, and Louisiana. That big body of water, that's called the Gulf of Mexico. There was an oil spill that happened there. There's an oil rig down there that exploded. You might be wondering what an oil rig is. Different oil companies drill down searching for oil. They take it out from underneath the ocean. So they have to drill down under all that water and get to the ocean floor. And then there's a big oil rig floating at the top of the water that's collecting all of that oil. There's, a bunch of different connections to get the oil from the ocean floor. And then they have different people working on the oil rig. That's what an oil rig is. That explosion the oil rig floats on the top. It is connected to the ocean floor, but it's not underneath the water. It's pretty sturdy. It can move. It can drill down to 8,000 feet of water. On April 20th, they were working on the oil rig as usual, and they hadn't started to drill down for oil yet. They were just getting everything ready and set up. There was really no problems. And then there was a big explosion that night, and a fire broke out. In 5 minutes, people were running all around. They had 26 people on the oil rig. 15 got off and safe. 7 were injured. 1 was still left in the hospital. They got off, airplanes and boats came to try to rescue them and search for the people. The fire continued to ravage the oil rig. 22 days later, the oil rig finally sunk. And April 23rd, they finally stopped the search for the people. They just decided that they had drowned. Now, some people are saying this is an oil spill, but it's not really a spill. An oil spill means that oil was being shipped on a boat and the boat tipped or the boat leaked. That's not what happened. What happened here is called an oil leak. When they were drilling down for the oil, the explosion must have broke the connection and had a constant oil leak. So that was like 42 gallons of oil seeping out every day. Some people couldn't really tell. They were trying to make estimates of how many milliliters were coming out of the oil leak every day. In 1989, there was an oil spill in Alaska that spilled 27,000 gallons. Sorry, 27,000 liters. But right now, it's looking like in less than 2 months it's going to be ruined. So, workers came and checked on it, and it didn't look like a big deal, but then they realized that it was more serious. It was leaking more oil than it was expected to. Still to this day, we don't know what happened. We don't know what caused the explosion. After the oil rig sunk, the connection went down with it. And it broke. So now oil is leaking out from the oil rig and the connection. 3 different leaks are happening. Now in that area, we're at 5,000 feet of water. It's really deep. BP didn't have the type of equipment that they needed to stop a leak like this, to prevent the oil getting out. Somebody failed to work on it. They didn't place that equipment on the oil rig. So they went down, mechanics tried to cover it and stop the leaks, but all of their efforts were failed.